Hi friends, today we're going to do my less than 10-minute writing exercise that will improve your writing by expanding your vocabulary. I've selected 3 words for us to play around with our writing. We're going to use each one of these words in a sentence. We can better understand them by putting them into context. I will give you general definitions, but I've also included links below to Merriam-Webster's website where you can find the formal definitions and pronunciations. I've also included my sample sentences below. All right, today's 3 words I've selected are mollify, behest, and sanguine. Mollify, behest, and sanguine. Okay, let's get started. Mollify. Mollify is a verb and action word, and it means to soothe or appease. Okay, let's see what kind of sentence we can come up with for mollify. A warm bottle of milk. Okay, simple enough. A warm bottle of milk mollified. There's mollify. Mollified the crying baby. So this warm bottle of milk soothed and appeased the crying baby. All right, let's move on to behest. And behest is a noun, a word that represents a person, place, or a thing, and it means a command. Okay. They were summoned at the behest of the king. Okay. Another simple sentence. They were summoned at the behest of the king. So the king had commanded them to come so he could speak to them or whatever. All right, let's move on to sanguine. And sanguine can either be an adjective, a word that describes, or it can be a noun, um, a word that represents a person, place, or a thing. And sanguine means confidently optimistic, or it could also mean a strong red, as in color, the color red. Okay, let's use sanguine in a sentence, and let's first use it as an adjective. All right, let's see. Okay, here is sanguine as an adjective. As he drove his son to the lake, he remained sanguine about their chances of catching some fish. So this man who's taken his son to go fishing, he remained confidently optimistic that they were going to catch some fish. That is sanguine as an adjective. Let's use sanguine as a noun. Okay. Okay. He struggled to mix the right sanguine for the painting he was working on. Here's sanguine there, there's sanguine there. In this case, this is a noun, and this was an adjective. Um, so in this case, for the noun, we're describing the type of red that this fellow's trying to mix for the painting he's working on. Anyway, 3 wonderful, interesting words: mollify, behest, and sanguine. If you're unfamiliar with these words, Play around with them in sentences. Make them part of you so they're accessible to you when you write. If you enjoyed this writing exercise, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and happy writing.